previous part, we have completed the about land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship. So in this part, we'll be starting with the additional one, that is the technology, which is an enabler of production. It will facilitate the production. So the technology, in the sense, it is the application of scientific knowledge. So it is very, very important additional factor of production. So it will facilitate the production in more possible ways. So nowadays, newer and advanced technological advancements are applied in various areas, making our lives easier. For example, the payments can be made at a click of a button through UPI, Unified Payments Interface. Farmers can get advanced weather updates and global positioning systems can discover the shortest routes for transporting goods and so on. So this process makes it easier for people and businesses to get things done and improve how they work. For example, instead of sending letters by post, we now use email to communicate with people quickly and at a lower cost. However, remember that technological progress does not always mean replacing the old technologies, such as like pulleys and wheelbarrows are still in use. A variety of online courses are available for students through government platforms like Swayam, study webs of active learning for young aspiring minds, which offers courses from grades 9 onwards and operates on a massive open online courses through which learners can explore subjects like robotics, aquaculture, textile printing, and so on that are free of cost. Students benefit from learning at their own pace from anywhere while pursuing other jobs or courses. Online portals like Government's National Career Service help people to find opportunities across various sectors from plumbing to accounting. This is how technology has eliminated geographical barriers, allowing people access to knowledge, skill development, and jobs in India and abroad. So how are all these factors connected to one another? It is because of the supply chain. So it is a network of individuals, organizations, resources, activities, and technology that are involved in the production of goods. We have seen that all these factors of production will be brought together by businesses where they'll be performing and bringing out the goods and services. For this, to combine all these factors, we will require a supply chain. So for suppose if some product is made at one place and it have to be sold at some other place, how will you be doing it without the proper supply chain? Because you'll need the network of individuals, organizations, resources, and activities and technology that are involved in the production of goods. So it's important to remember that India is the world's second largest mobile phone manufacturer after China in 2005. So India is the second largest mobile phone manufacturer after China. So suppose first, if you wanted to manufacture a phone, starting with the R&D research, and you have to develop all these things about how a phone is made, and all these things should be properly studied, and then you need to acquire certain land and set up a factory, and then acquire the raw materials required for making that particular product, and assemble all the components of raw materials, and you have to install the software. And then whatever whole thing is assembled, you have to first of all check if everything is working out well or not, and then you will be going for the mass production and the packaging of the product, and you will be supplying it to the retail stores. So these are all the steps which require a proper supply chain, and all the factors of production are involved in this particular thing. When we produce goods, we use natural resources like land, water, and minerals. However, these resources are limited and can be harmed if we are not careful. For example, in Tamil Nadu, many people earn money by working in leather factories. This helps the local economy, but the waste from these factories can pollute rivers and soil. In the same way, when old smartphones are not recycled properly, harmful substances like lead and mercury can leak into the ground and water. This pollution can be hazardous for people, animals, and plants. That is why it is important for producers to use the natural resources responsibly so that we can meet our ends today without making it harder for the future generations to meet theirs. They should try to reduce waste, avoid pollution, and protect the environment while making the products. So it is important for producers to adopt sustainable practices to replenish the natural resources for further use. So apart from land and natural resources, we also have the responsibilities towards their workers and employees. So they have to give fair compensation and working conditions, skill development and training, workplace rights and protections. So the businesses are motivated to address social and environmental concerns in their operations to benefit society and biodiversity through the corporate social responsibility. This includes reducing the polluting activities, addressing the welfare of local communities, treating employees and customers with respect, and so on. India was the first nation in the world to bring a corporate social responsibility law in 2014 that mandated companies to spend 2% of their average profits of last 3 years on the CSR activities.